All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Nancy Anderberg. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. This is the last week and the last day of our Wealth Builders Burn Baby Burn call. And so I'm super excited to be able to talk to you tonight about goal setting. And so we're going to be talking about goals in a few different areas of our life. And you have your mind / soul. Actually, did you know that your mind and your soul, that's really kind of the same thing. Then you have your body, and then you have your spirit. So what I've taught for years is that we are like a three-legged stool, just like this. And if you are not giving your mind, soul, body, and spirit all proper fuel, feeding it properly what it deserves and needs to really, survive and stay balanced, one of those legs is going to be shorter than the other, and you're going to fall right on your bum. And so that's why it's so important to have an accountability group, and that's why I wanted each of you to team up with an accountability partner for your business as entrepreneurs, but also for your health. And if you are specifically looking to achieve weight loss or, a workout buddy, whatever it may be, it's just important to have someone to play in the sandbox with, okay? So you just want to make sure that you are yoked properly. And what I mean by that is you want to be in alignment with someone that you love and respect and that you trust most of all. Because as we learn to trust people through different scenarios and situations in life, you feel safe, and then you feel more able to be open and share life's ups and downs and struggles. And so that's what this accountability group and these coaching calls are all about. It's all about you and what you need to be your best you. And every single day, the focus for me is I know that I believe we never arrive. We never get to our destination, right, in life, until our life ends on this earth. But during that journey, we have the choice to either grow or to just lay down and kind of give up and say, listen, I am who I am, and that's just the deal. And that's just not true, and that's really a lie. We can all grow into more and have those goals of becoming more, being more, achieving more, and really never giving up. And so a perfect example of never giving up is my buddy Jeff. And so Jeff is in the background there. That's Crystal's brother, and I say that they're my brother, sister from another mother. But Jeff's just a great example of no matter what life hits him with, Jeff Green does not roll over. He continues to fight. He continues to laugh. He had some complications, and recently from this experimental drug, trying to knock out that leukemia. I believe that it's going to start kicking in and working even today. Been praying for miracles all day. And the reason why I bring Jeff up all the time is because he's such a great example of what a fighter is and what positivity truly means. And I want to share something with you, and I'm sure he would be okay with me doing this. We talked yesterday morning for about 45 minutes, and he put off his pain meds so that he could think clearly and talk. And so that meant so much to me. But he said to me, Nancy, and not to push my faith on you, but just to share with you, what we believe in, what Jeff said. He said, Nancy, as I sit here, he goes, I pray and I think about, what his body is going through, right, fighting this leukemia. And it's not his, right? He never says my cancer. No, it's not his, right? He says, it makes me think about, what Jesus did and the suffering he took on to bear our sin, past, present, and future, all sin of the world, and the pain that he went through, and the beating and the hanging and all of it. And he goes, what I'm enduring, he goes, that's nothing. And I just think, wow. I mean, that's just no matter what life gives him, he's turning it positive. Sure, he's going to have his highs and his lows, just like we all do. But if we can have that fighter mentality through life to constantly, be in charge of our thoughts, to think about what we're thinking about. It's amazing, the power of our brain. And detoxing our brain is critical, and our thought process. And like I said, that fuel that I'm talking about with the mind soul, that's that fuel. What are we thinking about? You actually can change your brain up until the day you die. It was said, I remember when I was pregnant with my children, saying how, you only have till about, age 1.5 for certain developmental things to the neurons and the what am I trying to say? The connectors in our brain to form and mold, and that once a certain age hit, then that was done. Well, that's just not true. We now know that in neuroplasty, and that means that our brain can change, and our thoughts control our brain, and our brain controls our body, and also our thoughts control our DNA. And so if you are born with a certain type of DNA, you have the authority, okay, with your thoughts and through prayer and with your mouth, for those genes to express themselves in certain ways or not. So it's a big piece of it. Another big piece of it is the energy system, and the other huge piece is nutrition. And so that's why I always talk about this three-legged stool and why it's so important. And so as we are setting our goals, it's important to think about those three categories. Okay, it's very, very important. And so what I'd like you to do today is to write down the word great, G-R-E-A-T. And I want you to write it down the side of your paper, right? G-R-E-A-T. Okay, and we're going to be talking about great goals and why you need to establish, write down, proclaim, revisit, read, see every day your goals. First of all, it's really the first step in creating your life streams, and that is in all those areas. It's about the thought process. It's about, who do you want to be? Who do you want to become? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to look like? What do you want to wear? I mean, all of these things. Do you believe that you have the authority to make those decisions, to design all of that? Or do you believe that you just take whatever life hands you? Question, think about it. What do you believe? And when did you decide what you believe? When did you decide who you are? Did you decide who you are because of things that have happened to you in the past? Or have you decided who you are because of who you are determined to be or become? And that is something really to think about, because for many, many years, guess what? I was somebody's wife. I was Nancy Levitt. I was Matt Levitt's wife and a mom. That's who I was. Yes, and secondly, I was all these other things, right? But that's who I was. That was my identity. Well, all of a sudden, when he decided he didn't want to stay in our family and decided to leave, who was I? Well, I'm Matt Levitt's wife. Well, guess what? He says he doesn't want to be my husband anymore. So now what am I? Who am I? That can leave you crazy. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about you. Who are you? With just you. Not coupled with a company, not coupled with a person, not anything but you. Who are you? Okay, now, when you were growing up, maybe you were the pretty one in the family. Well, what happens as we age and we're not so pretty anymore? We get all our worth from what we look like? Hello? No, that's not who you are. Who are you? Think about who are you. What if you were the best sports player, Dale? What if you were just that stud in high school and college, and now all of a sudden you're in your 50s and you're like, who am I? Right? No, that's not who you are. Those are some things that you did. Maybe you were the sassy one. I was the bratty, sassy baby sister in the family. And the pretty one that got spoiled. Well, now I don't feel, I never really felt so pretty, to be honest with you. I really didn't. People will say that to me today. I'm like, I am. And that's just not who I am. It's not who I want to identify myself to be. Now you think, what does this have to do with the business? It has everything to do with the business. Because you need to know who you are in order to be successful, because people are going to be attracted to you. All right. No matter what it is, any kind of business, any type of business, you are in some kind of sales. I don't care how you cut it, slice it, or dice it. And that means if you are, let's say you're an IT person. Well, I'm an IT person. I'm more of like what am I trying to say here? I'm at a loss for words tonight. If you're an IT person, you think, well, I'm not in sales. Well, guess what? You had to sell your skills to get the job to be an IT person. And if you are an IT person on your own, maybe you create websites. How are you getting your business? You have to sell you. Well, who are you? Okay, so you see where I'm coming from tonight? I'm really passionate about this because I've been studying this stuff for about 10 years now because I had an identity crisis. Number one, didn't really know who I was. I just thought I was somebody's wife. That was where my number one identity came from. And then I kind of had a little bit of a love deficit. Did I really believe I was truly loved by God? Well, it was kind of rejected by a husband, but God loved me. So who does God say I am? Again, whatever, your belief and higher power is, you put that into what I'm teaching, right? So these are some truths that we all have to, we all get there eventually. Sometimes it takes us longer than others. It took me about 50 years to figure out, who am I? And there are days that I struggle because we get into a performance mode of wanting to please everyone. I had someone the other day that was, had been on these calls for several weeks, and someone told me, I got to let you know that she doesn't really like you. And I'm like, okay, why not? She doesn't like your style. I'm like, oh, that's all right. You know what? That's okay. She doesn't have to like my style, but she'll glean something from what I'm teaching, or she wouldn't keep coming on the calls, I don't think. And so that's fine. But to say she doesn't like me, she doesn't really know me, right? So these are the things that we have to establish. And because in my former days, if someone would have told me that probably would have put me in a fetal position for a few hours, and I would have been fully rejected and feeling bloody and beat up just from those little words. So when you know who you are, it is easy to step into the greatness you are meant to become. Okay? Now, we're all going to go through struggles, but that's why you need a mentor. That's why you need a coach. You need someone to help you discover your strengths, to discover your weaknesses, to discover your passions and your purpose, and then figure out a way to make money at it. So you guys have figured out a way, or maybe you're not quite yet making money at it, but you're in this process of becoming. Okay? I'm still in a process of becoming. We are refining. We're constantly fixing and refining ourselves. And one great way to do that is by establishing great goals. Okay? So let's start out with G. What does G stand for? And I'm going to just go through some of my notes here with you. So first of all, actually, let me just, I want to go over when you're setting your goals. There's certain bullet points here I want to cover with you. First of all, your goals must be set with complete sincerity. Don't lie to yourself. Be completely sincere. They must have something that you have, like this burning desire to achieve. Okay. I've always had just this burning desire to be my best me, because I want to be a great teacher. I want to be able to be relatable. I want to be able to teach people and help people get to that next level in business, to get to that next level in health. Okay. And that is the whole mind, body, spirit, soul that I teach when I say health or wellness. Number two, your goals must be in alignment with your beliefs and core values. Okay, it's not about my beliefs, not about my core values, it's about yours. What do you believe? What are your core values? So let's, for instance, a lot of people through the years think that people that are wealthy aren't good people, that they're greedy. And that would be something that they believe. And so if they really believe that and they've adopted it as part of their core values, they're going to have a problem ever creating wealth. So if you do believe that, then you need to really sit down and look at that and assess that and ask yourself, did you adopt that from how you were raised, or did you adopt it from someone else, or is it really you? Is it really your core belief and values? Okay. The third one is your goals must be precisely laid out. And that's what I'm going to go over tonight with you. And then the fourth thing is have an equal mix of do, have, give, and be goals. Write that down. Do, have, give, and be goals. All right. These are super, super specific. And your do goals include like activities, things that you want to do, things you want to participate in. Okay. Your have goals include material things. What do you wish to possess? Can be whatever. Your give goals include like money. What do you want to give monetarily? And time. What do you want to give in your time? Those are your give goals, right? It can be money or time. It can be, in different areas of your life. It can be wisdom. It can be, monetary things. It can be, maybe you're a painter. Maybe you want to give away free painting, whatever, those things like that, personal training. All right. And then your be goals, which I think is probably the most important and the most essential, because this is, your being has everything to do with do, have, give. All right. So back now to your great goals. So going down the left-hand side of your paper, G.R.E.A.T. Next to G, dash, write this, okay? Get clear on what you really want, okay? Get really clear. How do we do that? Because you're going to be asking yourself, be, do, have, and give. Those are the categories. You're going to get really clear. But even more clear, you're going to look at, let's talk about your body first. Who do you want to be in your body? What do you want to do with your body? Okay, what do you want to have with your body? What do you want to give to your body? Okay, see what I'm saying? So you're going to do that with your body. Write this down. Your mind and soul are the same thing. And your spirit is another thing. Spirit is what lives forever. Family, relationships, finances, and life work. So you're having these categories. I'm going to say them one more time. You're going to have your body, your mind, soul, they're the same, spirit, your family, your relationships, your finances, and your life work. And I want you to dig in there and think about your be, do, have, and give goals in all those areas. All right. That is the G. That is getting ultra clear. And that has to be established before you can do anything else. All right. So writing it down in details. All right. What do you want to do? Who do you want to become? What do you want to be? All of that. Okay. So for instance, be goals. I have mine all written down over here. You can kind of see it in the corner, and I even have little words cut out and pictures, and I paste them on there. My first area, it says be. And right next to my B, which is BE, I want to be the best mom. And that means every single day. That is my number one. I want to be the best mom I can possibly be. I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else, because I used to do that. How many of you, whatever it may be, or let's say it's the best wife, it's the best aunt, it's the best friend, whatever it is, but there's always that person that you go, oh gosh, they're so like good at that. And you start to compare yourself. But listen, you can't do that, because you only are growing, and it's not even a competition, but if you were to feel like it was against you. It's about you. It's not about other people, what kind of moms or they are, or dads or whatever. It's about you. Okay? So super important. The other thing I have is, you know, I want to be the best partner. I want to be the best business partner. And one day, if I'm ever, you know, blessed with a man that falls in my lap, because that's probably the only way I would go for one. If I'm ever blessed, if God drops a man, I'm going to be the best mate, wife, whatever it may be. I'm probably never get married again, but you know what I'm saying? I want to be the best. What do you want to be the best at? Think about this. I hope your things are right. I hope you're writing stuff down. Okay, and the other thing, I want to be the best coach. And guess what? That doesn't mean that you're going to think I'm necessarily the best coach. That means that I'm giving my best. Because guess what? You may not like my style and you might not like me as a coach. That's okay. But if I can go to bed at night and look in the mirror and think, I was the best coach today, that's all that matters. Do you guys think that way? What about in business? You want to be the best at representing your product, right? Doesn't matter if I think you're the best. Now I'm going to help you fix and refine some things, right? It matters what you think. Do you get that? So it's about you, and more about you. All right? And because that's going to determine your success. Why? Because that's where that confidence comes from. That's where that burn, baby, burn from down in your belly, that's where it comes from. It's about you. And every single person that you're talking to, presenting to, it's about them. Get it? So these seem simple, but I don't know if you've really thought long and hard about this, because I didn't until I've been doing this 30 years, all right? And I'm really I have got this fine-tuned now. I am really getting it now. And it's taken a while. It's taken, 25 years. Michaelin's like, yeah, for sure. I've known her a long time. All right. So let's move on. So let's go to R. What does R stand for in GREAT? So you have G.R. Stands for review your goals daily. Super important that they are in front of you. In front of you. I walk by this every single day. I see it every single day. Under my I have zero debt. I don't want any debt. It's in my face, big and bold. Multiple times a day I see it. That's right. I really want to buy these boots. I'm a shoe whore. I love boots. I love shoes. Nope, don't buy them, Nance, because you have to be out of debt. It's a goal. And I think that's a really great goal. What else do I want to have? You know what? I really would love to have a little bitty house on a lake. Not a block away, but on the lake. Why? Because I want to be the best mom, the best grandma one day, and I want to be on a lake. I don't know. I just want to. So that's something I want to have. So what do you want to have? Under my do, what do I want to do? I want to travel a lot. I want to make sure that I'm bringing my children. And one day when I have grandchildren, I want to be able to travel with my family. I want to be able to go at least once a month on a long weekend. I want to take a girlfriend, or I want to be able to call Michael and say, Michaelin, we're going to the spa this weekend and I'm paying for it. How fun would that be? Or Crystal, you had a crappy week. Guess what? Let's just go do this or that. Or Debbie, hey, I'm going to come pick you up. We're going to go get pedicures and I'm buying. I love that. That's just me. I love to give. And so I know God didn't make me to just get by in life. Why? Because I want to give. So I got to work. But it's not going to feel like work if I've got my goals in place and I'm looking at it and I'm focused, I'm clear. Okay? So think about that. Give. What do I want to give? Well, certainly I want to definitely give tithe at least 10%. And then I want to be able to give another 10 to 20% away to bless other people. Makes me sick. I was talking with someone today, it makes me sick that people have to get cancer and struggle and have to sell everything and be in these horrible positions. I hate that. It makes me angry. It really makes me angry. And I think somebody's got to do something about this. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, but I'm starting to talk to some people with a lot of money. I'm saying it's wrong. We need to figure this out. There needs to be some nonprofits, or there needs to be some government funding or something, just, ugh. That's how things, That's how things change. We think we don't make a difference, and guess what? It takes one person. It takes one person to start a movement. That's it. Don't ever think that you are not, or that you are insignificant, because you are significant, and you got to believe it. And as you continue to get clear on your goals, you will. You just will. So E in great, G.R.E. Here, guess what's the word? I'm getting a little what? Emotional. Emotional goals. They got to be strong goals. They have to mean something. You have to be passionate. Get behind what you're, feel what you are doing. Feel, why are you setting these goals? It can't be for other people. It has to be about you and how it makes you feel. Okay? How will I feel when I'm totally 100% out of debt? Michaelin, how will it feel when your house is completely paid for? Do we ever really own our house though? I mean, why do we have to pay taxes every year? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Okay, so anyway, don't get me started there. All right, let's move right along. So A, G.R.E.A, applicable. I kind of just said that. It has to be applicable to you. People will say to me, well, I want to make enough money because I want to retire my husband. Okay, so is it really about your husband, or is it about you? So I will pull it back and say, okay, that's great, but how will that make you feel when your husband can retire? How will it make you feel? It still needs to be about you, so it needs to be applicable to you. Some people say, I want to work really, really hard because my parents are in retirement and they're struggling and they lost their investment, and I want to be able to, just support them. Okay, that's great, to support them, but how does it make you feel? How is it applicable to you? Okay, so always pulling it back to that. And then let's move on to the T in great, G.R.E.A.T, time frame in which you plan to achieve your goal. Now that time frame, as you know, we have short-term time frames and we have long-term time frames. These wealth building calls were set up to achieve a certain rank or a level in your business. And some of you hit it and some of you didn't. That's a short-term goal, but I'm hoping you learned some skills and you acquired some disciplines that will help you continue to now adjust the goal, make some refine some things, fix some things so that you can reset the goal. You always can hit reset. It's that whole thing, right? Shoot for the stars and how's it go? Shoot for the moon and hope you'll end up on a star, right? I love that. So if you don't reach your goal, you just modify. Now, I want to talk about burn, because that has been a big topic that we've been talking about losing body fat, gaining your health, gaining energy, resetting the metabolism, all of those things. And so that your health goals have to have a time frame too. Is fast always the best when it comes to weight loss? No, it's not always the best. In the beginning, a lot of you are losing weight quickly. 4 pounds in 4 days, 6 pounds in 6 days. I had someone that lost 10 pounds in a week. Is that body fat coming off? No, okay? It is excess water, because I have you drinking so much water. You probably lost a couple pounds, 2.5, 3 pounds, But the other stuff is water weight. And I want to address that once again, because remember that because inflammation, chug it down, girlfriend. There's Michael drinking it. So inflammation is a symptom of a problem going on in your body. Okay, it's also a cause of disease as well. So it's kind of, it's a catch-22, honestly. So when there's issues going in your body, your brain says, send water, right? So let's say you sprained an ankle, your brain says, send water here, because it's going to go down to protect and heal. But if you have a lot of inflammation all over your body, there's some other stuff going on, right? Maybe you're not getting all of your nutrients that you need. Your body needs nutrients. It's not just about macros. It's not just about how much protein, how many carbs, and how much fat that you need. It's about nutrients. Are you getting your nutrients? Daily recommended allowances are not just what you necessarily need. Some of you need a lot more than I do of certain things. Like, for instance, if you're getting a lot of leg cramps, then you're probably a little short on magnesium, calcium, zinc, okay? So there's just a lot of things. Our bodies are complex. So the whole point is weight loss. I want you to look at it more like a lifestyle change, and it takes some time to lose the weight in a healthy manner, because you do not want to have, your body will start to cannibalize and burn muscle as energy. We don't want that happening. We want your body, and that's what burn helps with, burning fat as fuel, okay? And so that's why intermittent fasting is important, and I did another post on it. Please go to Facebook. The page is Burn Baby Burn, but if you go facebook.com/Burn Boost Believe, that's what the address that'll get you there, and read the post on intermittent fasting. Tonight I did a Facebook live video for you, just showing you how to throw together a really quick meal. If you didn't have time to meal prep or plan, just always have some staples in the refrigerator that you can just grab and have a healthy meal. Okay, so watch that too. So anyway, back to your weight loss. It's about goal setting. So it's short-term goals. It's having, the week goal, the 30-day goal, the 90-day goal, the 6-month goal, the year goal, and that's in everything. That's with your health. That's with your finances. That's with your thinking. You can't expect to change overnight. It's just like lifting weights. I can't go to the gym and do some bicep curls and man, I've got this, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna jump up on stage and flex, right? No, it takes time and it takes repetition and developing these good habits of what it takes to get the result that you're looking for. So there we go. I pretty much beat the heck out of your time frame focus. So your daily success list, let's talk about that. So now you know what to really focus on with your goals and what great goals are and what areas. But now, how do we do this? So once you have that all established, you are simply going to make a list of 3 to 5 things that you're going to accomplish every single day and check them off as you complete them. We are wired, our brains, our bodies are wired for routine. We are. And for instance, it's important for your health, which I'm not very good at this because I'll start working and I'll get all creative and I'll be up till 2 in the morning and have to get up at 6. And that's not healthy. It's not smart. Your body likes rhythms. It operates in rhythms. Just like the sun rises and the sun sets and the moon, we operate on rhythms. That's how God created the seasons and the earth and the days, the morning, the night. Same thing with our body. It's rhythms. Think about it. Seasons. Everything is seasons. God talks about in the Bible a lot that there's a season for everything, right? Sowing, planting, reaping, all of that. So it's the same thing with our health. It's the same thing with our actions. Rhythm is a good thing. Now, my personality is, I'm good with shift and change, but you know what? It was the way I was raised, because there were things that would happen. My mom would have to scoop up the kids and we'd have to run out and go live at grandma's for a week or so. And it was traumatic and it was chaotic and it was crazy. That became my what? That became my normal. Okay? Here's the good news. What is your normal? Think about it. Really think about it. Guys, I have had to do so much. I'm really being vulnerable with you. I've had to do so much soul searching to become my best me, and I'm still not there. I've got a long way to go, okay, because of things that happen in our life. So what are some of the things that you've accepted as your normal, okay? But you're like, okay, really, is my normal serving me well? Because you can change it at any time. Now, I can tell you that lately, I have shifted back to kind of my little bit of chaos normal. And that kind of starts feeling normal, kind of starts feeling good, kind of starts to trigger how I was and how I was raised. And I had to catch myself as I'm reading all the books. I'm constantly reading personal growth and development books 10 at a time, because that's what I do. All right. But I've accepted that that's what I do and I like it. So that's okay. But what has happened is all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm not in a routine at all right now, because sometimes I have someone driving my daughter's school, a friend of hers, and sometimes I don't. So it messed up my routine. I'm not every single morning going to the gym like I was. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Messed up my routine. It messes up my brain, and it messes up how I feel about myself. Why? Because I'm now accepting kind of whatever. No, the routine is a good thing. Do what makes you feel good, but ask yourself, is this the right good feeling? Is this a functional feeling that actually helps with my performance, my mindset, and the output? Okay, that you're getting, not just, you know, emotionally, but what's coming back at you. Because if your business isn't, you know, good things aren't coming in, then you have to look at what is your baseline. What are you believing? What have you shifted and what have you changed? And then you need to get back into it. Some of us go through life, and this is what I did for a lot of years. It was chaos. It was chaos. But I always could figure it out because I just learned coping skills. Well, I don't want my children to have to figure it out. I want my children to have routine. I want to have routine and start to do things in a way that just is more calm. Okay? Calm and extremely focused. Because when the goals are set and you've got it down and you have it scheduled and you're working that plan, you will achieve success. What I'm saying to you is, please don't be afraid to step outside of your reality and look in and go, is this all this hot mess, is this serving you well or not? Okay? Is this helping any of you? Is it? Okay, good. Okay. So those are the main things I wanted to talk to you about tonight. And, you know, whatever you decide to set as your goals, and whatever they are, please just always, you know, just to recap, always review them and go back to, who am I? Who am I believing myself to be? And is it all lining up? Is it all fitting? And please don't be ashamed to be you. If you want to have a 20,000 square foot house and a Ferrari and big old lions at the gate and electric, fantastic. You go for it and you get that. Do not compare yourself to Mother Teresa, that would never want all those material things because she's just so perfect and so wonderful. Don't do that. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge people. Everybody has a different why. Everybody has a different clock in them that makes them tick. Okay? All we need to do is embrace it. You need to love yourself and love yourself enough to constantly check yourself and to fix and refine. Have someone that you trust, that you can share things with, and that will, I'm going to make t-shirts that say this. This is what I tell my friends. Either you love me or you don't, but you got to love all my crazy. You got to love me and all my crazy. And if you don't, you're not in my center. You're not in my circle. You guys are. You know, Jeff, Crystal, Michael, and Deb, you guys kind of, you know, you got to feel safe, right? Now, we've only got a handful of people on, and for those of you that I don't know on, I'm sorry. You know, Dr. Al and Jennifer and Libby, and who else we have? And Dale knows me. Lou, these are things, you know, a lot of you, and guys, this might be, you know, a little bit hard to even hear because this is more maybe a feminine thing. But I would say to you, if you are struggling, men, in life in any way, especially in your relationships, take notes on what I am saying, because as women, we are highly emotional, but we are very, very much in tune. Women are leaders. Crystal, you know this really, really well, that before the warriors would be sent out way back when, in the early days, before the warriors went out to the fight, who did they send first? The women, the worshipers, the women, to prepare for the battle. Okay? So, ladies, every day before you got out of bed, and men, before your feet hit the ground, I want you to think about, who am I? What lies have I believed in the past? And I'm not going to believe them anymore. This is who I am. This is who I'm becoming. And today I'm putting on my best me to move forward in your own strength. Many of us operate in our own strength. For me personally, I want to operate in God's strength. That's my armor. That's my strength. So whatever your armor and strength is, you do that. That's what I do. And I'm like, God help me, because I am just so human. But my heart and my intention is in the right spot. And I know each of you, your heart and intention is in the right spot too. So that I ask God, and people say the universe, whomever, I mean, God created the universe. You can say whatever you want. All right. But I'm just like, bring the people that need to hear my story, because we are building our testimony every single day, one day at a time. And if you are not willing to be authentic and share your story, I'm sad for you, because that's what changes lives. That's what people connect to. You can give them all the smarts and information and fluff you want, but you share your testimony, you share your life and how you've overcome things and how you've moved forward. That's what changes lives. And that's why I love relationship marketing. And that's why I coach the way I coach. And some people like me and some people don't. And I care, but don't really care. Okay? So here's your assignment. Here's your assignment. And then we're going to go then to just Thursdays at noon, and then I'll record it. But here's your assignment. I want you to really take time and go over these things that I talked about tonight. I want you to decide. First of all, I want you to love yourself. I want you to stop thinking bad thoughts about yourself. I want you to stop looking in the mirror. And women, we are the worst. You know, guys, you do it too. You look in the mirror and you go, oh, I'm too old, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, I've got wrinkles. I mean, I hate my neck. I mean, we all do it. We've got to stop that. We've got to start looking in the mirror and saying, man, find something you love about yourself, and you love it. And you love it, you love it, you love it. All right? And others. Find something in others. Even the nastiest person that you go to work with, you find something in them that you love. And I don't care if it's their eyebrows. All right? And you love it. And you focus on that. You focus on the love in your life, you're going to attract love, and you're going to attract good things. You focus on the problems, and you focus on the junk and the crap and I don't even turn on the news. I can't even hear it. I'm too emotional. I get so worked up about it. But I'm going to focus on the good stuff. And I want you to join me in this movement of loving yourself, of loving other people, of focusing on the good things. And all things work for good for those that love the Lord. And that's what my friend Jeff Green has done. And he has changed my life. Oh, I'm going to cry now. in the last 2 years, just by being him, living his life, he has changed my life. And so I am going to continue to talk about him and his journey and what he's gone through. And you know, I told him yesterday, I said, Jeff, he is not ready to leave this planet, and we are not ready to let him go. And so, dang it, he's got to go. He's got to press. He's got to fight. But whatever happens, we're all here. We all never know. It's temporary. It's temporary for all of us. And so all we can do is give our best and be our best every single day, whether we're sitting here on Zoom or we're in a hospital bed. All you can do is be your best. And I tell you what, yesterday, Crystal, you guess what Jeff asked me? How can I pray for you, Nancy? Can you even believe it? That's just who he is. So when we are in that spot, we're in that spot. See it, acknowledge it. It sucks. Love the suck. Then suck it up, Petunia, and make the best out of it. That's all you can do, because then you're going to continue to attract good things and good people and like-minded people. That's what we have to do, is surround ourselves with those people. And the people that don't get us, that's okay. They don't need to get us. Move on. So there you go. That is it in a nutshell. That's probably the best of the best that I have ever taught, and the most I've learned, and the most important things I've learned in my 53 years on this earth. And I hope it helps. So guys, I'm going to take it off record and open up the line. So hang on.